The lingering image of Chelsea's Champions League exit will not be Lionel Messi wheeling away after scoring, but Antonio Conte fuming on the touchline like an enraged animal, practically frothing at the mouth. His side played well, really well, and executed a game plan that both frustrated and frightened Barcelona. Yet the Italian will know that it was his own players, and the fatal mistakes they made, that contributed most to their defeat. 3 weeks earlier, at Stamford Bridge, a fine performance was soured when Andreas Christensen's wayward pass gifted Barca a crucial away goal. That theme continued after just 2 minutes and 8 seconds in Catalonia when Messi was allowed to score the quickest goal of his career as he nutmegged the at-fault Thibaut Courtois. Not long after, Cesc Fabregas was robbed on the halfway line and Messi broke away, setting up Ousmane Dembele for the second goal. A third, tie-killing goal was scored just after the hour mark as Courtois once again left his legs wide open for Messi to rifle the ball home. In the key moments of the match, Barca were as ruthless as Chelsea were careless, and Conte will be livid with the lapses in concentration that ultimately saw his side crash out. Chelsea pay for mistakes. It was clear from the first whistle that Conte intended to replicate the same tactics that did such a good job of nullifying Barcelona at Stamford Bridge, with the defense retreating into what was very clearly a back five when out of possession. But that plan changed when Messi made the net triple so early in the contest, and Chelsea were immediately forced to show more attacking intent. Perhaps they showed a little too much, too soon. In the time between Barca's opener and their second goal, Chelsea broke forward dangerously on several occasions with Eden Hazard and Willian latching onto Olivier Giroud knockdowns, while both full-backs overlapped to overload Barca's backline. Seconds before Dembele's strike, Hazard had broken clear in a 2-on-2 situation but saw his rather hopeful shot blocked. It wouldn't take long for Messi to show him how it is done. Nevertheless, Chelsea continued to attack with speed and precision and genuinely unnerved a Barca defense that were forced to put their bodies on the line on countless occasions. Marcos Alonso hit the post with a free kick, and would later be barged over in the box as his teammates all shouted for a penalty. In a tie decided by the finest of margins, Chelsea were just lacking a final pass, a clinical finish and a little bit of luck. Magical Messi. Conte had been told before Wednesday's match that Messi would have just 3 shots at Camp Nou, 2 of which were from almost impossibly acute angles. He would have bitten your hand off. The Argentine had fewer touches of the ball and completed less passes than at Stamford Bridge, yet this was, as is so often the case, very much his night. His goals were both well taken, if aided by poor goalkeeping, but it was his involvement in the second that really exemplified the different level the Argentine operates at. First he poked the ball past Christensen, then Cesar Azpilicueta, before playing a pass no one else would have seen, let alone the 5 white shirts who had all been drawn towards him, to set up Dembele. It was a moment of brilliance, and ultimately it was those moments that decided the match. Going out the right way. The scoreline may suggest that there was a gulf in class between Chelsea and Barcelona, but that was never evident on the pitch. Admittedly, the West Londoners suffered for large spells in the match, just as their manager had ordered, but when in possession they looked dangerous and made Barca's backline work extremely hard. Although Messi will claim all the plaudits, it is telling that Gerard Piqué ran him a close second for player of the tie. A day earlier, Manchester United had limped out of the Champions League with their tail firmly between their legs. Sevilla were the more positive side in both matches and deserved to go through, with Jose Mourinho setting his side up too negatively and cautiously. They played with the handbrake firmly on against a side that are 25 points behind Barca in the La Liga table and boast the joint 6th worst defensive record in Spain. But Chelsea were unquestionably positive against Barcelona, certainly more so than they had been in their trip to the Etihad to face Manchester City. Perhaps that defeat was an important lesson for Conte. Regardless, Chelsea's exit will only increase the likelihood of the Italian departing Stamford Bridge in the summer.